Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. So I have done the background to this one, which is the flowers in the vase. As you can see, this background is pretty yeah, that looks nothing like the picture. Especially this colour is definitely not the same. Let me show you the picture. There we go. So there's a picture. You see this colour here is definitely way darker than it is on there. So I am going to try to make this look better. Now I'll work on the principle here. This cost me £7. It cannot look worse than it currently does. So let's see if we can make this better. So we are going to need pad. We're going to need number 10. I'm going to scoop out some number 10. Okay. There we go. And we're going to need quite a lot of number 10 because obviously we've got it's the biggest number we've got going on. So I'm going to take most of that out. Right, then the other numbers we've got, I know I've just been invaded by children. So the other number we've got, this is number 13. So I'm just going to do exactly the same. I'm going to grab some 13. I don't need as much 13 because there isn't really that many bits of 13. I'll grab that. Obviously these paints I have all thinned out. I'm going to try not to get my hair in this. I'm going to move the camera over a little bit more because I can feel the fact that my hair is well and truly in it. Right, that's number 13. And then this dark colour here, this is number 9. I do have number 6 and various colours going on the other side as well. But for now, these are the ones I'm going to go for. Okay. Right. Now, we are going to start, and it's which colour I'm going to start off with. Where's my big brush? So, I'm going to get big brush. Ideally, I'd want possibly a bit bigger than that, but I don't know. Like I say, this is, I don't know. So, what I'm going to do, and we're just using a dry brush, and we're going to kind of just backwards and forwards, a bit more. Just going to try to blur this line out, and this is why I'm doing this. I'm going to grab some of this, which is the 13, and we're just going to rub that in as well. So I'm not changing brush, I'm not cleaning it, we're using it fairly dry. We're just kind of blurring that line and kind of getting it all to smudge in together. Now it gets a little bit more difficult here because obviously we've got the darker colour as well. All we're doing is, like I say, we're just, oh, that's the wrong colour, that was a lighter one. Right, I'm going to blot that off. There we go. And we're not being particularly clean. I'm going to take a little bit of the darker colour on my brush, and we're just going to blend that. So you see what I mean? Because we're keeping the same colour on the brush beforehand, it just kind of keeps that colour. So we are going to add a bit of the darker in. Just to, you know, Make sure we're not getting rid of the colour completely, but we're just blending it out. So it kind of mixes the two colours together and gets rid of the harsh line. Okay, so instantly I think that looks a bit better. What I'm going to do, I'm going to just add a little bit more over here. Okay, and like I said, it doesn't matter if we're going over these bits anyway, because I've got it all on a sheet, so it's easy enough to sort it out. So again, we want this one. And this is again why I didn't put this on particularly neatly, because it didn't matter, because I was going to come in and do this anyway. Alright, the little ones want to see what I'm doing. Hey little ones.
Oh,
You alright, my loves?
it's just one of me. It's just one of me right now.
Little ones over there.
Just wondering why you need to use a dry brush to do the smudging, not a wet brush.
That's what she did. She used a dry brush. And she knows what she's doing. So yeah, Melanie B, I saw this on of how to smudge everything together. I will clean the brush every now and then, but I will take all the water out, because she said it works better with a dry brush.
I think it's maybe because it keeps all the colours in.
And the idea is not to overthink it. And I don't worry about going over the edges either, because by the time I framed it, you're not going to see any of that anyway, so it really doesn't matter. Put it on, and then we kind of blend it out. And then we can add a bit more of the, you know, if you decide you don't like bits, we can just add a bit more in. I think the idea is not to overwork it too much.
And when you really took the colour down. So it looked like it started from there, and now it's gone all the way down. You can also see
I don't know where the red came from.
What?
Ended up with some red in there. I don't know where that came from.
It's a good job they're big pieces as well.
Right, so now
That looks really cool. Have these ones been squished?
Do they look like they've been swished, dude?
I don't know.
It should be an obvious one to tell if they've been swished or they haven't been swished.
They look like they haven't, but they look better when they haven't. Why is there a... Wait, there's a poop colour in this one as well.
Yep.
Right there. I think the greeny one. It's weird.
Okay, let's have a look at that. It's hard because of the light. Let me just move over. So that's what we've kind of done to it. It's just kind of squish it out a little bit. Try and get rid of any harsh lines, because that's not what we want. Come back and just pop a bit of that dark back into that bit. Okay. It's hard to see, especially as it's not dry yet, of how that's going to turn out. To me, I've got a bit more work to do because this dark colour is so dark. You can still see the line here, and that's bugging me because I don't want to see the line. I want them to merge. So I am going to put some more with this one across this edge. Sorry about my kids. Just going to swoosh that over like so, and then I am going to add a bit of the dark just over the top again. Like I say, I'm just trying to blend out that line so we're not seeing it so much. Which I think this looks instantly a lot better than it did. So, right, I'm going to add, like I said, I'm going to add a bit more of the dark back in down here because we do still want the dark. Okay, and we're going to kind of have to let that dry and see how that pans out. A little bit more over here as well, and I don't mind if I'm getting a bit of the dark in there as well, because I think it just adds a bit more. I'm just gonna try and soften that up a bit more. It's still just using a bit of a stippling technique now, as well as kind of brushing it on. Right, I'm going to let that dry And we're going to see what that looks like. Now, like I say, I'm now having a moment of going, was that number 9 or was that number 6? Now, I'm not overly bothered because one of them was a lighter colour anyway. And this is why we like our reference guides. It was number 9. That's fine. Whew. Phew. So number 6 is actually even darker. That is number 6 over there. Can you see that? There we go. So that's number 6, that's number 9. And then you see we've got this darker colour. Now, I am not bothered about this streakiness in it at the moment, because I'm going to try and cover up quite a lot of that anyway. I'm not loving that, shall we put it that way. So I want the colours, but I don't want the harsh lines. I don't want it to look like that. So I'm not fussy about that one at the moment. I'm going to sort that one out. But like I said, what we're going to do is I'm going to let this dry and kind of see how this looks. And then kind of take it from there, really. So I'll show you what it looks like shortly. Okay, I'm going to work on this section now. And you know what? I thought I'm going to film this as well. Like I say, I have never done this before. I don't know exactly what I'm doing. I've just seen somebody else do something to a background that made it look a lot better. And I thought, do you know what? I'm going to give it a try because this looks horrific. It does. Is there anybody that's actually looking at this now and going, yeah, that's so beautiful. That's just what we want. No. So, do you know what? And so I thought I'm going to video this bit as well because I've got so many different colours in here. Now, I've just started these bits. So I'm going to grab a bit more of the number 10. Because like I say, I don't want to see harsh lines. That's far too much paint. Never mind. Now there are in fact 2 colours here between these two. So we've got the number 9, which is the next colour, which is this one. And what we're going to do, we're going to bring it in to this colour as well. And we're just kind of swooshing over them. I know, very technical term there. Basically, I'm keeping the 2 different paint colours. I actually prefer to do it that way. She swooshed backwards and forwards, but I don't think I like swooshing backwards and forwards. I think I prefer to do it that way. So we're going to add that. I've just got rid of the kids as well. Yay! Need a little bit of that colour back in there now. Took a bit too much off there. Corners, I think I want to add just a bit more in there as well. And I'm going to add some more of this. Blend that out. Don't want the harsh lines. Okay, I'm going to use a bit more because I kind of want the dark to come this way more because we're coming into the darker colours. So it's like try not to overthink it, yeah, because you know that's me. Don't overthink. Right, so now I'm going to come in with the darkest colour. It's not the dark, but it's the next dark colour. Which kind of mushing through. I've got to make sure I don't mess up which colour I'm using where. Okay, I want to add a bit more of that in there. And a bit more of that one too. Don't overthink it. Don't overthink it. Yeah, it's me. Of course I'm going to overthink it. And we've got this, it comes into the lighter colour again here. Which is that one. Which I know doesn't actually seem lighter, but it is. I can tell the difference on the palette. And then the pink, which is this one. I'm going to make that a lot bigger. We're going to add a nice amount. Just to help brighten that up a bit more. Right, yeah, we'll put a bit more in there. Okay, so you kind of see where we're going with this, hopefully. Like I say, I haven't got a clue what I'm doing, people. Well, I do have a clue what I'm doing, but I've never done it before. And, you know, this will either go great or it will go pants. And like I say, for £7, I don't care. I want to practice this technique because apparently this is really good for doing like skies as well, skylines, you know, clouds and stuff like that. Also, well, for skin textures and some flowers, it's more like the one stroke method, which is what we use when we're doing nails, you know, to make flowers. We all know what one stroke is. If you are here because you like nails, which obviously I also do on this channel. So these are all still the darkest ones. I'm going to add some more of the lighter one into that mix as well. Okay, I'm going to add some of this one. The other great thing about doing this when I'm filming is I can't actually fully see what I'm doing. Just to make that super duperly awesomely. Right, now I need some. So we've got number 1 and we've got number 3. But there's not actually a lot of them. So let's pop some number 1 there. Wipe off my thingy. And I'm going to want some number 3, so I'm going to pop you in there. Might need a bit more of you. Let's pop some This is, I'll tell you what though, it's kind of fun. Right, I'm going to add some of this dark in here. And like I said, I've got the other colours still on my brush and it doesn't matter. We kind of want it to incorporate some of those colours as well. We're going to just fill over this, because as we know it was a bit patchy to start with. Change that over as well. Fill in some more. Some of that one as well. No particular skill involved whatsoever. As we can probably tell. I think once it starts to get to a certain point, it gets like a little bit too sticky. If that makes sense. So it's starting to dry at the same time. And then still don't particularly like this colour much. I'm just gonna try to merge it out a little bit. Just using that other colour next to it just to okay, so that's that bit kind of done. So now I've just got this top bit. Now I am going to wash my brush because I don't want these colours here to go into that bit. And don't forget, obviously this is just the background. It's just the background. Once we put all these details in, it will pull everything together. You know, a lot of these are going to be hard colours then, which are going to stay as hard colours. You know, this, which is the vase, the jug, has got the same colours going on, but they're going to be hard colours. Potentially, I might do kind of a one-stroke method on it just to blend those a bit more, because I'm not convinced I want the harsh lines either. Right, which one? That's number 9. Right, so, okay, I want to get rid of these harsh lines. I need some more number 9. Just a little bit, mind you. That'll do. Thing is, I kind of want to put a little bit of this colour in here as well. I kind of want to add, because it's just such a dark spot. And it's so hard to see what I'm doing with all these lights on me as well. It really doesn't help matters. Let's get the pink. Actually added a bit of the darker one now, as well as the lighter colours. Just to see. Like I say, I just didn't like it all dark, so I'm just adding a bit more colour to the mix. Then it just gets to a point where it just starts to get a bit sticky. Right. And that's generally time when I'm like, I need to leave it alone. I need to leave it alone. Stop touching it. Stop touching it. Right. So hopefully you can see that looks better than it did. I'm looking at this now and I can see I still want a bit more blending going on. this point I'm kind of a little bit afraid just to keep touching it. I'm gonna, yeah, it's kind of that bit I don't like too much. Let's see. Just make that a bit better, which is the number 6. See, this is where I start overthinking it. That's a bit better. And I've just got a little bit on here as well. Okay, right, I'm going to leave it alone. I'm going to leave it alone and we're going to let it dry, and I'm going to post you a picture of the before and the after so you can have a look of how it turned out and whether or not you think it looks better or it looks worse. Personally, I think it looks a lot better than it did. Definitely, compared to where we were before. It's hard because you need to see it from like a distance. Yeah, I am a lot happier with that than I was before. So I'm taking that as an absolute win. I'm really, really chuffed with that. See, I can just about fit it. Just about fit it on. There you go. Can't see anything though because my thing's up so high. See if I can put it even higher for you. There we go. It is hard because the lights are on it, because it's so you've got the shine, but I will take a picture and you can see how it's blending out. And yeah, there we go. That's my blending for today. Thanks for coming with me on this new journey of mine. Very much appreciate it. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.